Alright, so come integration, well, you could do this after integration. This alarm cable going to the 66 can be removed. These two cables, you just pop this off and then you can pull them out. It's these two in the back coming through this little hole to be removed, and they go. All right, so integration comes. This is your GPS. It's labeled. It's all this going to your cone up top, and you'll just bring it right here, snap ends down the pipe, down the unistrut, into this block. All of this will stay. Don't touch this configuration. That'll all be used. Okay, so this red cable in the OVP1 is existing ESMB. It's just this one fiber. We will decom this, and what we'll do is we'll take this fiber, labeled ESMB. It's right now it's working as a backhaul. So you'll take this, do another service loop on this unistrut, clean it up, put it right here, bring it in here, replace it for this. And on the other end, this is the ESMB that's going to be removed. I have this temp pole. We'll pull that out. We cap it because we might need to reuse it. And then right here, well, no, this is, all right. So then we'll bring this one up that's going to that, and we'll plug it in the op1. And then that'll take place of this 3-pair to be removed as the ESMB fiber. Pull it out of here, op1 there, and then move it on the OVP. This ACE FSAP, I just used it as a zinc cable to connect the LTE in the other cabinet, but this is a very specific cable. Now in the RFDS and the port matrix, it doesn't say exactly where it goes, but Josh instructed that this is needed to go from either from the AirScale to either your ESMB or your PCS FSMF. So we'll have to get on him with the diagram for that. Okay, so all this FHFB will remain exactly the same. Don't touch it. We'll just dress it in on this bar whenever we get this cleaned up. So your FHFB op1 is right here. These three. So that's where your lower op1 goes. That's where your op2 goes. Don't even touch that. That's done. This will come in and go into the 1, 2, 3 slot on your ABIA 2. Now, this OVP is all your FHFBs. This is your op2. I have 2 stripes on all of those. Leave those. These op1s, 1, 2, and 3, these will be pulled out and reused for your FRIJ. So we'll have to pull all the op1s out and then swing them to this cabinet to replace, go over that after. So after you plug in, so then this is the op1s going to the AirScale on those 1, 2, 3 slot I just showed you, labeled. We'll replace these with these. Cap these. I'll pull that back, and this, what cable is it? It's the 2 pair. We'll pull this out and run it in here. So then you come to the cabinet behind you. That's the 2 pair coming in right here. So that's gonna be, let's see. So that's gonna be your 1, 2, 3 right here. But these 3 SFPs on top need to go into your BIA 2 for your FHFB OP1. Okay? So this, let's see. So on the tower side, you'll have to figure out which ones the FRIJs are coming to in this OVP. It's either going to be these 3 right here or these 3. It's going to be either these 3 or these 3. These are your Aloas. Don't touch these. These are good. They're tested. They're good. So you'll reuse the, you'll move the single cable for the ESMB, use that, and then, let's see. So these are gonna be, so your yellow pair and your blank pair, these 2 will be for your LTEs. So, on these 3, on this side of your FBBCs, they have 2 cables, one in, oh, what's this one? Alright, so they have pair 1, 3, and then this is pair 1, 3, and then this is a separate cable that they ran for the beta. So more than likely, we'll reuse these 3 going to the left side of the FBBCs underneath here as the FRIJs. So that's gonna be your yellow. So this is the one we'll have to reuse unless you bring a 3 pair. This needs to go to the AirScale Abio card 1, slots 1, 2, 3. You should probably bring a 3 pair because this won't fit in the ROX block, and I don't have a grommet to fit on this going into the AirScale. So the yellow pair are these 3. So if you bring a 3 pair, just plug them in right here and then run them into the ROX block, and that's going to be your FRIJ. I'm going to leave these Unistart clamps, that way if you got to do more service loops for the GPS and the ESMB fiber, you could do that. There's grommets, inch and 5/8 and snap ends in the box over here. So your FRIJ is going to go 1, 2, 3, Abia card 1, FHFB at 1, 1, 2, 3, and then the OP2s will remain on the FSMF at the bottom. That's all your paperwork, port matrix, RFDS, all the stuff you'll need right there. Now you'll have to coordinate with Josh on getting this stuff exact. Other than that, everything's labeled. You don't have to worry about anything on the power unit. This is all your SFPs. You'll just have to get with Josh on your zinc and EAC plumbing from here to there, from the GPS cone, all that good stuff. Battery cabinet's completely done. This is all your spare wires, fibers, zinc cables. I even threw an extra couple spare fibers in here if you need. But as far as this, we'll take this Cat 6 box when we go. All those cables, just leave on top of the ESMB when you get complete. Now for your FRIJ, you will also have to do the same. Figure out which ones are the op ones going into the first OVP, and then you'll pull whatever, it should be that yellow taped cable. You'll have to pull the SFPs from the FBBC and reuse those. So pretty positive that this right here is your FRIJ op 1. We need to verify that with the tower from the OVP, and you can relay that by the colors on these top hybrid pairs. But we'll have to use these going to a BO1. Whenever you trace it, pull the SFPs out the FBBC at the bottom and put those in the air scale. We'll have to reuse those underneath. This is all the temp. This is the temp power and backhaul for the FSMF. So after it's integrated, we'll pull all that out, pull the breaker out in the front, and close that LB up. So this will come out. This will come out. This is the single pair, I guess, for the op 2 for the FRIJ. This will come out. This will come out. We'll either reuse this, but you should probably try to find a 3 pair that we could reuse so we can fit in the rocks block. This won't fit once again. And then this will come out if this is the FRIJ op 2. But this also might be your existing 700 that is being decommed. So we just got to verify from the tower where these 2 rows are going. We know this is the ESMB, a lower op 2, a lower op 1, a lower op 2, FRIJs, and existing 700. So we got to figure out which one's which and get that 3 pair to that. If you don't bring a 3 pair, what I would do is reuse this 2 stripe, which is your FHFB op 1, the double orange, because that will fit in the rocks block, and we could use that for the FRIJ if need be. Other than that, just like I said, dress in the ESMB fiber, dress in the cone, the GPS cone, HDMI cable, and this one, this should be good. These are all bad fiber pairs that wouldn't test, so just leave these like this. The 6 good ones we have, leave like that. Other than that, everything's grounded, all the conduit secured. This is the red stripe is the new alarms to the 66 block. The only thing you'll have to do is pull those 2 back out in the back. This is labeled and I have pictures under here, so don't even have to worry about taking that panel off. Now this hole, I have some wing nut caps on this temp hole. We'll have to put a cap and cap that off with the wing nut cap. And then this is your rocks block where your FRIJ, HDMI, FRIJ, GPS, ESMB fiber that is already ran. We'll just pull it out the FSMF, cap it, pull it through, bring it up here, slap it through that, bring it down, ESMB. We already went over that. Now the only thing that you need to get with Josh about is the router config for the air scales and the EAC and zinc configs for the air scales to these equipments. Everything's grounded in here. I got pictures of the powers, all the powers connecting the cabinets. Don't have to worry about taking any panels off, and everything's labeled. This is your LTE to the old cabinet. So whenever you decom these temp lock cables, make sure you tape the cable after you pull out the breaker, then pull it out, and then we'll just take this out, put it with the rest of the breakers. The power, this is the one that's not labeled, is for the LTE, I believe. Pull those out, and then I do not remember which one goes to the LTE over there, but we'll also have to pull that out. Oh shit, the only thing with this is we already dressed in, I guess Kermit dressed in the one that's gonna be decom. So we'll have to pop the bag of the cabinet off, figure out which one it is through the LB, and then cut that one out and get it out. Well, don't cut it. You might want to save that for future. Other than that, your FSEE is completed. I got pictures of it wired in. You shouldn't have to touch the alarm block at all. They might want to verify it during integration if something's wrong. So, so that should be it. So this FSAT, this is important that when we pull it out the LTE of the other cabinet, that we try not to damage it as much as possible. And this won't even be going through the lock spot. We'll pull this all the way back, and this will stay in the cabinet. So when you pull it out, you might want to just pull it out and put it in this cabinet and leave it so it doesn't get damaged. It's a very specific cable that's hard to come by. Any questions, give me a call.